dudes, welcome back to the second channel. We have another Nuuly Reviewly. I know it feels like I just did one, but that was indeed filmed a month ago. I just didn't edit it for a good few weeks, but time doesn't exist anyway. So it is now mid-April. It's getting hot. And I got a lot of dresses this time. Okay, let's start with the first piece. Oh my god, my grandma's calling me. Love grandma, but most painful thing is when someone calls me right when I'm filming. And the neighbor flushed. Cool, hold on. Hello. Okay, we're back after talking to my grandma for a good 30 minutes. I love a catch up. I love a catch up with grandma. Usually it's my little brother calling me. He calls me at all hours of the day, FaceTimes. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, I'm just going to class, blah, blah. And I'm like, thank you for calling me. I love to stay in contact, but some things can be texted. I sound like a dick. It's just when people try to call me at a time that I do not consider convenient. It's fine. Let's go. Let's jump in. This is the Flowerfield slip dress from the East Order. Size small, retails $150, Nuuly price $109.50. Okay, so let's look at the dress. I'm gonna tie this back for a split second just so you can see what it ideally would fit like. If I got this altered to fit me, this is what it might look like. Cute. And then this little hair tie is gonna pop off, I'm sure. It looks like this, which is fine. I don't really have too much waist definition anyway though, so I don't love to wear things that are just more rectangular. Also, as you can see, it's got a lot of like wrinkling and crinkling. It's got a cute slit. I love a slit. Always here for it. And on me, it's about a little past mid-calf, almost a full length on me. This is kind of my ideal dress length though. Love it, cute, breezy, can move in it pretty well. But yeah, the wrinkles are not great. It gets so creased even just from wearing it, and that's too high maintenance for me. I actually have only worn this, I guess, 1.5 times. I wore it for like a lazy day around the house once and it was nice. You know, it's been warming up, so it's been nice to wear something and just feel the heat, you know? And then today, because I needed to film this and return the Nuuly after this, I decided to wear it while we ran some errands. Went to the vet. I went to the vet in this dress at 9:30 in the morning. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about it, but yeah, definitely would like something a little less crinkly, prone to crinkling, and I'm ready to try on the next things. Next up, this is the Evelyn Bias midi skirt from Maeve, size medium. Retails for $98, Nuuly price $37.24. That's a big disky. That's a big disky. $37. I'm so used to all the Nuuly prices just being astronomical, so I'm like, oh, okay, 40 pounds. Is this skirt good enough for me to spend that amount? Probably still no, but I liked it. So as you can see, it's, they call it a midi, but again, I'm short. I'm on the petite side. I'm a shorty. I'm 5'3", so I'm not like the shortest, but I am short and my legs are short. So anyway, this goes like an inch or two above my ankle. It's pretty much a maxi on me, but that's fine. I never wore it with this shirt, but I can't put in styling effort at the moment. But I like it. No, it's almost bothering me too much because I really don't like this pairing. Fine, I'll change. Fine. Okay, this lookaroo. First of all, I rediscovered this little mini cardigan. And I like it. I like wearing it as a substitute jacket because I feel like I have no jackets that look good in an outfit. Just don't. Some people have a good denim jacket, some people have a good leather jacket. I feel like no jackets look good on me. I only wear jackets for function. I was comfortable in my big New York puffer that covered up my whole outfit, or like another equally functional, practical little thermal puffy jacket. But when it comes to an outfit, a look, I have none. So I rediscovered this little cardigan because you can wear it as its own little shirt, or you can throw it on over something else. So that's what I do. But anyway, this outfit, which I have worn pretty much exactly, we just got back from a little staycation, essentially. We were doing some wedding planning. I haven't mentioned that on this channel, have I yet? Yes, we finally picked a date, we picked a venue, and we've got to get our shit together. So that's stressful. And I also went to visit my parents and my brother and just hang out. So as usual, I pack and I pack badly. I didn't bring any good jackets for chilly times, and all I had to depend on was this little cardigan, basically. But anyway, I wore this combo, which I don't think is terrible, but on one hand it kind of looks like teacher, which I love. I love a teacher aesthetic. I think is it the cardigan? Or just cardigans automatically in the teacher realm? Let me know. I feel like it's cuter than I'm giving it credit for. Am I right? I also paired it with my new loafers. That might also be teacher vibes. Like, look, it's pretty cute. Hi. And the lesson plan is, that's how teachers teach, naturally. Fine, we'll do a lookaroo. I decided to copy my icy blue kind of eyeshadow look. This one's a little less extreme than the main channel one when I did my Target video, but I got a lot of compliments on that. So I'm thinking I'm gonna milk this as much as I can. And also it's fun because you guys, everyone knows that I've worn a variation of red or orange eyeshadow for a good 5 years. So it's time for changing up a little bit, but I don't have that many things in my wheelhouse, so this will be my next 5 years. Just frosted blue eyeshadow. And also my nails were done so long ago that they're grown out and gross, but these are 2 shades. Oh my god, that looks so bad. These are 2 shades of Simply Nailogical's Holo Taco nail polish. So yes, we're in the funky blue moment. So I'm like, hello, I'm Miss Ferguson, and today we're gonna be learning about earth science. Why would that be my teacher voice? Okay, fine, I'll do it. I'm cringing at the thought of me introducing myself to a class. First of all, what's the age group? High school? Scared. Elementary? Still scared. Good morning, everybody. So today we are gonna be learning about the colonies, the 13 colonies. Why would I be talking like this to my class? I will be referring to them as colonizers, not settlers. That's a little bit of a euphemism, frankly, because they participated in the genocide of Native Americans. Now I'm genuinely trying to think about like what subject I would teach. History is not for me, so I don't even know why I tried that. Definitely not math, probably not science, maybe English. I mean, I write video essays, but actual essays? Finishing a book? Haven't done it Anyway, the skirt. What I like about these kind of skirts is like I have a kind of similar, like I like the fabric. It's like kind of slinky, but not too light. I have a kind of similar one, which is like some kind of animal print. And I do like this print. Why am I walking like this? And I wore this skirt plenty of times over our little staycation. It was a go-to, it's a good breezy little moment. And yeah, I'm a big skirt fan. Again, it has to be at least midi. I'm not into mini skirts at the moment. I wish I could be, but I'm just too afraid of a breeze, and that's that. So anyway, even though this one is semi-affordable, more affordable than most Nuuly pieces, it's still not the best quality. It has some like pilling, and I'm gonna be honest, my dog did scratch me while I was wearing this, and they might have some scratch marks. Sorry, Nuuly. Okay, hi. Nice little side zipper. Love that. I'm shouting, sorry. This dress is very long. I've been wearing my loafers, which have a little bit of platform, so that, you know, helps it not drag on the ground. But when I'm shoeless, when I am barefoot, this thing is dragging. It's still very fun for like house, running around the house. Very into that. This is the Faye Maxi dress by Rustic, size small. Retails $189, Nuuly price $124.73. Maxi dress, that's right. It is maxi, for sure. For sure, I'd say. Just gonna stand like this the whole time. I really like the shape of it. I like the ruching here. A little waist definition. Thank you. And I actually like the like shoulders almost give a little bit of volume, almost a little bit of shoulder pads, a like sensation. And then there's a little bit more ruching and some elastics on the arm, which I don't hate. And also it's a little bit of a 3/4 length. Why am I saying everything like this? Don't know. It's fine. And again, most of all, I love a breezy dress. I love the summer. It's not technically summer yet, but it's starting to feel like it. And I just love spring, summer dress weather. It makes me realize this is my peak. This is when I feel the cutest because I can just throw on a dress and that's it. I hate shorts. I've thought about that. Hate them. It really frustrates me. But this also, I mean, it's black and white polka dots, so this definitely does not scream summer, but that's fine. That's fine by me. I usually am not a polka dot person. I don't go out of my way to pursue polka dots, but I'm not anti-polka dot. I'm a Libra. I'm always in the middle. It's balance. It's a little bit of give and take. The urge to try to give a nuanced opinion on everything that comes out of your mouth on youtube.com because you're afraid that people will take it the wrong way, but you realize you're talking about a polka dot dress. It's all right. But I will tell you, I really love the shape and the feel of this dress, and it made me think, because again, we are wedding planning, or more accurately right now, we're thinking about what planning we need to do, but we have barely done anything. And I'll give you all a little sneak peek, a little vlog channel exclusive. I am considering, we'll see, altering my mother's wedding dress from the 90s. I've got to get it all fixed up, and then I've got to get some changes made because it's very 90s. Considering, would love to make that work for the actual ceremony, and then I would like a second dress that's a little bit more free flowing like this so I can hit the dance floor and eat and hang out with my friends for the reception. And ideally I would like to buy a secondhand dress as that second dress. I think I'm gonna do a whole video about the economics and also the waste of the wedding industry. I've been having a very interesting time as Nathan and I have been researching and figuring out, like, what do we want? What do we need? Why are there so many things involved? Weddings are a lot. And then of course, yeah, the actual cost of everything. Wedding dresses are so expensive. It's wild. So I've been trying to figure out, I haven't even been dress shopping yet. I need to arrange to do that with my girlies. But putting on this dress, I realized, I was like, I like this fit, and if I could have a similar fit or find a dress similar to this where I like some waist definition and then I like a little free flowing skirt, not anything too wild or voluminous, but just a little flow, a little breeze. And then I'll have to consider the weather and whether this this long of a sleeve would be a little too much, but I like a sleeve. I probably prefer a sleeve over a strapless. Definitely not strapless. Blech. Strapless is not my style, absolutely not interested. To me, I'd be scared that the dress would just fall off. It's just, I never feel cozy in a strapless outfit. Little straps, little spaghetti straps could be cute, but again, not my favorite. Depends on the neckline of things, but I tend to like a sleeve. I like a long sleeve. My mother's dress has full sleeves. Again, we'll see what alterations can be done and how much that would cost. I'm stressed. If I do that, of course I will make a vlog or some sort of video about the process. But anyway, my point was, I just like this dress, and imagine it maybe in like a lighter color. I'm not even totally set on whether my like reception dress even has to be white. You know, I could do whatever I want. It's my wedding. It's our wedding. Nathan can wear, I'm like, When we talk about his wardrobe, we'll see, but I have the ultimate freedom, right? Girl power. That's what feminism is all about. Blah, 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 dismantle the patriarchy in your heterosexual marriage. So yeah, I really like the shape of it. I wore this dress many a times and I really like it. I like that it makes me feel like, again, I know I say a lot, I'm like, oh, I love this like 50s housewife vibe. So much about that is a red flag, right? I know, I'm scared. But I'm saying I like that it's almost, it's not formal, but like it's a little dressier than I would ordinarily wear. And I think it's the polka dots. The polka dots feel 50s. Is that true? And this top is the next item. I have it paired with this pair of Lucky jeans that I bought recently. These are kind of interesting. I'm like, it's not about the jeans, but it is. These jeans look good right out of the wash. And I know you're not really supposed to wash and dry your denim if you want it to last, but when my jeans get loose as hell, what do you expect me to do? Air drying it doesn't cut it. Yeah, these jeans are interesting. I'll let you know what type they are. I like that they've got a little bit of room in the hips. They're tight at the waist, but not painfully so. And yeah, they're a little roomier in the leg, walking on my toes. But this main event is the buttoned turtleneck sweater from Maeve, size medium. Retails for $120, newly priced $80 to $80. When I saw this, of course I thought, turtleneck, love it. Again, I was going for, oh, it's getting warmer, what should I get? And I choose a heavy, like knit sweater shirt. Love that. Am I suffering right now? Yes. And then ladybugs, I like that it's cutesy. I don't love ladybugs specifically. It's not like that's my thing. But I'm also not opposed, as I've said before. I'm not anti-ladybug, all right? When I was shopping for this, if I had filmed my shop with me, I would have highlighted this. I was reading the reviews. This person posted their picture and they said 100 compliments. Obsessed with this sweater. Will buy next time I rant. I wore it too much. Dressed down with overalls, dressed up with a red jacket for a political event. People that I consider enemies went out of their way to compliment the sweater. And I thought, that's interesting. And then I zoomed into the picture and Miss Ladybug was indeed at a, zoom in please, certainly at a Republican rally of sorts. Can't tell you specifically who, but the all red attire really should have given it away. If not that, the numerous American flags in the background. So did that give me pause when considering if I too wanted to channel this energy? Yes, I decided I'd still go for it. Even her enemies liked it, therefore maybe, you know, the leftists on my side, we can all agree we like a cute little kitschy turtleneck sweater shirt. But I did not consider pairing this with a red blazer and a very red lip, so don't worry. I actually never ended up wearing this, which, like, I feel like on camera it looks okay, but I realized this sweater is the exact cut of shirt slash heavy top that I hate, and so I immediately regretted it as soon as I tried it on. I don't like shirts with this sleeve. This sort of like length of sleeve, I don't like how heavy it is. It's like kind of tight to the arm. All of that I don't like. On this side, yes, it has this little buttony thing. I think these are real buttons. They are. So I don't know why you'd like undo them. I don't think you would, but if you needed a little more headroom maybe so you don't stretch out the turtleneck, I guess that's what that feature is for. Me learning how clothing works. Yeah, so the shape and the warmth, so it's gonna be a and by that I mean it's a no from me. I will not be buying it, thank you. So next item is the Jamie open back midi dress from Affirm, AFRM. Size small, retails for $138, newly priced $93.83. And yes, it does have an open back. I was too lazy to take my bralette off, so just ignore it. So yeah, the open back is very cute. I actually love the back of the dress. And it's got a little slit. I've got some little white shorts underneath for modesty. But speaking of modesty, is it perhaps my dozenth Mormon mommy vlogger dress? It's the combination of, well, like again, aside from the slit, which is pretty high, a pretty scandalous little slit there. It's the puffy sleeves, they give a little bit of something, and it's the very high neckline, which I like a high neckline. But in this dress, I feel like this dress would look so cute if it were like a square neckline. I feel like that would have been a banger if I could just redesign the whole dress. Yeah, again, I love the ruching in the back. I love the waist definition. That's the theme of today's episode. Me saying I love a dress, I love a breezy dress, I would love some waist definition. These are my requirements. I definitely wore this at least once out and about. It's comfy, it's cute, but yeah, I mean, it does get a little bit too hot because of the neckline. I appreciate the open back. That's a nice breeze. This is a little stifling. But anyway, last note about this dress. Again, if I'm looking at like future notes for a sort of dress fit that I might like, some kind of shape that I might like for a potential wedding reception dress, yeah, don't love these sleeves, but they're okay. I like the shape around the midsection. I think that's nice. I like the back, that's cute. And yeah, the bottom part of the dress is nice. Though, looking at this, I think the color washes me out because I am pale and blonde. And that's making me think white wedding dress might not work. Actually, well, who knows, whatever. Again, we can debate on, you don't have to wear a white wedding dress. That whole idea was manufactured. It was based on like one historical wedding, and then we all just ran with it. But also, will I probably still wear a white wedding dress? Probably. But yeah, again, I think there's just something about like this color all the way up to my neck with my hair just blending in all over the place. I liked the dress that I got maybe like last year that was green. It was kind of similar to this, but it had a better neckline somehow, and the green was nice, but this is just a little too tan for me. I have a little wrap dress that's like a similar print, and I like it, but I traded it from my friend. I gave her the blue version of the dress, and I really should have kept the blue one because the blue one looked so much better on me because there was contrast, and this color looks so bad on me. So, big regret there. Okay, let's get into the last dress. I'm so excited. And ladies and gentlemen, the last dress, baby. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? I feel like this one is looking really good on me. Extremely good. I love yellow. Maybe I will pull a Hannah Witten and do a yellow dress for my wedding instead of white. This is the Chrysanthemum midi dress from For Love & Lemon. Almost did it. For Love & Lemon, size small, a retail $242, newly priced $67.76. Now that's a disky, and my brother is calling. I knew I couldn't make it through a video. Let's see what it's about. You know what, I should reframe that. I'm very lucky to have so many people wanting to catch up with me. Anyway, $67. Okay, I feel like I've considered either getting, I've considered getting this shirt. I think they have a version of it online, and I decided against renting that. But the dress, honestly, is a banger. Again, would I pay $68 for it? My phone just fell. No, because... But let me tell you, when we're talking about a breezy dress, this thing is freaking comfy. And I've got these little white shorts as layering again. Again, love a slit. Do you know what type of dress I like? It's obvious. Love the ruching. It's really comfy. I love ruching, elastic, whatever. It's a little uncomfortable on the arms, but it's not horrible. And I like that it ends at this point rather than higher up the arm like some elastic sleeves do. So I like the sleeves. Again, I like this cut. I wish that that other dress had a more similar cut, or at least some kind of a cut rather than the full neck, but that's fine. Yeah, this one I'm currently wearing like half a bralette, but I had to take the straps down so that it didn't look terrible. This is the back. It's not really tied well right now, but that's okay. But I really love this color on me. It's fun, I feel like, especially with the blue eyeshadow. It's just like blonde, yellow, summer fun, and it's a good time. This one's actually really comfy. I'm sad to let this go, because like right now it is very hot, as I've mentioned, and this one feels really light, airy. I'm not gonna say breezy one more time, but it's true. Oh no, my camera's gonna die. Thank you guys so much for watching the Nuuly Reviewly. Probably gonna do a lot more dresses even in the next one because I'm just gonna keep this up. That is my summer uniform. I like to be comfy. I like to spin around. I don't want anything too hot or too constricting. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for future Nuuly Reviewlies. And that is all. Okay, thanks, bye.